Hello guys, my name is JP and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. It is time. It is the promised day, as foretold by my random minute-long video a few days ago. The Ion Glider. This is the Mark 1. I'm going to take you through the evolution of my little Ion Gliders. And you can see how much of a hassle this is. But here's the first one. This first one, obviously, I tried to do a jet-assisted takeoff, because I wasn't sure if this thing would even get up on its own power. So before I go farther into that, I will show you. And here we are. I like seeing the resources. SAS. Ooh, just a little bit. Nah. Give me full power. Let's not dick around. It doesn't need full power. This thing takes off at like 20 meters a second. Well, the top part of it does. The jets add a lot of weight. It ends up. Up, damn you. Hate when they do this. Like, you know it'll lift, but it just doesn't want to lift. I don't know if it's a bug or what, but I hate when they do that. Every once in a while I'll get one that does that. And up. The control on this thing kind of sucks because it's just a flying wing. But it does work. Let me go ahead and get a little bit of altitude so I can show you. Not much, anything is good. Right there's fine. Cut them, dump them. Well, let's go ahead and extend a panel. Just one. That's the thing here. Give me the panel. There. Is that so hard? It's probably just gonna break off. Still going kind of fast. No? Guess we're good. And we have throttle. Oh, it broke. Yeah, that was expected. That's why I brought two. You only need one of these big solar panels to power a ion thruster. And it broke too. Screw it. But that was my problem with this thing, is that using the jet assisted takeoff made it impossible to use the panels, because it would be way too fast, no matter what. But that's where Mark 2 comes in, so time to show you that one. And here we have the Ion Glider Mark 2. It is basically the same design, expanded for controllability. Controllability? Is that a word? But you saw what was happening when I just had this back area. It had no control. So I added an SAS, a second section, the forward, are these the swept wings? Yeah, these are the swept wings, I believe. And an additional 2 more solar panels, and this one just takes off on its own. But how can it take off on its own, you say? Because it only has an ion thruster. This is how it takes off. SAS. Full power. Give me 1 solar panel. Now see, one thing about this is, on its own weight, like just rolling here with the SAS turned on, it actually will not get up to power. Or if it does, it'll take a very long time. What you actually have to do the whole time is pull up. You'll see, well, if you're looking, you see my surface speed is going up much faster now. But if I let the flap go back to normal, it goes up much slower. That tiny bit of lift that I'm getting right now at this speed is actually making a huge difference. And you'll see here in a second, we're already about to lift off. Of course, this panel will break on liftoff because it's retarded. See? one. Let's go and do the other rear one. And actually, as long as I'm pulling up, it actually increases speed quite a bit. But you'll see right now, since I let it go back to SAS, it's slowing down quite a bit. That one's probably going to break too. It has a habit of doing that. No, we're good. I didn't break the third panel. Well, it didn't break the second panel, much less the third or fourth. But yes, right here we are holding altitude. I believe I can go a little bit up. If you maneuver too fast, it will break the solar panel, so don't even try it. But right here, we are gaining power. Everything's charging. We've got good energy flow going. And we are holding altitude. We've actually climbed 7 meters. Just ticked up again too. So as you can see, this works. Of course, the problem here is that it will not work at night. It only has 830 battery power. So it'll work at night for all of a couple minutes at most. An ion thruster at full power drains pretty quick. The xenon gas, we're using 0.12, which is 10 every, 10 seconds? That'd be 1.2 every 10 seconds. I don't feel like doing math, but it's pretty simple. You can calculate how long this thing will last, actually. But that is the Ion Glider Mark II. It's a fairly simple design. I'm sure this can be done much better. By which I mean not so heavy and bulky. Like, mine's alright, it works, but it's not as good as it could be. So let's go back and have a look at the final version that I've made. Take a dive. Whee! Oh. my hyperspace endpoint. Anyways, heavy test? Ooh, fancy. Anyways, let's load up the last one. And here you have it, the Ion Glider Mark III. It's basically just a bigger version of the same one. Doubled up on the ion thrusters. It actually doesn't help performance much. If anything, it's hindering it because now it cannot be powered by a single large solar panel. So if I don't have two of them, it just doesn't work. But I'll go ahead and show you. And here we have it. This one does have 1,000. It has one of the Z1K rechargeable batteries on the front of it. So it lasts a little longer. Let's go ahead and extend the first panel. Although one panel, like I said, is not enough. So we have to be very careful here. Like once the back two break while on liftoff, I have to very carefully time when to deploy the first two. So if I do it wrong, I will have no power. And hold the flaps, or whatever they're called. I think somebody corrected me on one of the videos. I don't know. I don't pretend to know what I'm doing. I just play the game. So while this thing is taking off, we can mention, well, I can mention, you don't get to talk to me back, oddly. They are adding a asteroid intercept mission to Kerbal Space Program, where you will intercept and deflect an asteroid. And that's probably the coolest thing anybody could ever add to this game. Like at that point, you're just becoming space engineers. The Space Engineers is another game I play every once in a while. You may have seen my first video of it. It was very long. But Space Engineers is very similar. It's a... Okay, it's not going to break. To make sure first. Space Engineers is a game where you build ships, but you do it in space. And you're able to interact... Oh, that panel broke. Damn it. You're able to interact with the environment. And you could, like, blow a hole through an asteroid with your weapons, or blow up other ships, and it's very complicated. It's a very graphically intensive game, too. But it works. Anyways, here it is. This is the Ion Glider Mark III. As you can see, the problem it has is it does not work with the one solar panel. My alternative is to shut down the engines a bit. Thrust them at them. And it's actually still fine. Like right there. But yes, the key to an ion glider is to keep the weight as low as possible. So no fuselages, no fuel of any sort other than the xenon gas. And a lot of lift. So multiple wings. Another problem with an ion glider, of course, is power. If you want it to work at night, you're going to have to add a crap load of batteries, which means it's not going to work that well. Because it's going to be heavy. And if you want to work it during the day, really, you can only use one thruster and hope that you have one surviving solar panel. But there you have it. I have built ion gliders. They kind of work. They're kind of wonky. You're better off making a plane. What is up with the ground lately? This is nuts. Anyways, we'll kill this thing, and that'll be it for today. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to know anything more about the ion gliders, leave a message in the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Sometimes I read the comments and don't respond right away. I'm like half asleep, or I'm at work or something, but trust me, I'll get back to you. So, thank you for watching. My name is JP, and I will see you next time with more Kerbal Space Program.